Hello everyone.
Hi.
How are you today? Feeling good? Yes.
Very cold.
As you can see, I'm wearing a perfectly. You will be probably wondering what happened to me. And I'm honored to stand here to share with you my uh, life journey as an amputee. Back in 2016, I have a sudden artery tear. I suffer a sudden artery tear, and due to high blood pressure, and I was rushed to the hospital to have a heart surgery. The IJN surgeon that operated me congratulated my wife immediately after the surgery, telling her that I survived. And he said, normally not many people can last that surgery, that complicated surgery. That is a very, very critical type of surgery called benda surgery. I survived because I have a great physique. The reason why I have a great physique is because I was a sports person, a sport enthusiast. I do ultra marathon running. Do you all know what is ultra marathon running? Ultra marathon? 42 is marathon. 42 km. Ultra marathon is 50 and above. Okay, I'm doing basic 50 and above. Okay. But not long about, I think about 1 or 2 years, I managed to do my running in ultra marathon. Max is I did 100 km. So it is not just 50, it's into 100. But unfortunately, things happened to me. And then, as a marathon runner, I eat healthily, I don't smoke. Basically, I don't smoke. I never smoke. And I drink a bit of course lah. You know, guys meet up and suddenly you will drink a bit. And I exercise regularly. I was very lucky to survive this complicated surgery. But my luck ran out eventually. After 4 months into the recovery, and I got the news that I had to be amputated. I had to lost my leg due to wound infections. I have a wound in my leg. You know, after the surgery, the blood circulation is not that good, and then unfortunately I was infected. Then I had to. The only thing is, you want your life or you want your leg, and definitely I want my life. I really go through such complicated stuff. And I survived. I cannot lose because of my leg. I lost my life. So I say, take it off, and everything. Yeah, I have to moving forward from there. And after the amputations, it took about half a year in order for my stump. We call it stump. You know, when they chop off, we call stump, to heal and to mature. You still have to mature, you know, before you can go and fix the prosthetic. And during the time, I had to walk. I got no leg. I had to walk with crutches, walkers, and I move around with wheelchair. And then when my stump completely healed after 6 months, you know, I was like admitted to HRC to do some rehab, physio rehab, you know. And then I have to learn to walk I have to take another 3-4 months to learn to walk with the prosthetic. 3-4 months, another 3-4 months gone. Okay, then I have to learn to go so many things that normally it feels so easy last time when I have legs, and it becomes so difficult. Very, very difficult when I had to face those kind of situations, and it's very, very frustrating, actually, frankly. From a person with legs, now it become no legs, at the beginning, I can only, when I put on the prosthetic, at the beginning, I can only walk about 1 hour, frankly, because the prosthetic actually is very heavy. This is 3 kg. Imagine you tie a 3 kg dumbbell at your feet, at your stomach, and you walk, and carrying whole day. Imagine that. I was weak, because basically I just came out from, I'm in the middle of recovery. I was so weak. So then I take another few weeks training there, starting to learn to increase the walking routine to about 5 to 6 hours. Starting 3 to 4 hours, I'm getting back my strength while recovering. Then I walk. Then now I can wear the prosthetic for more than 10 hours a day. It's basically I walk 10 hours a day. It's not a problem. Last time 2-3 hours I have to go and sleep, because it's so tired. I have to rest, I have to sleep, And as I learn to walk, again, easily, I felt, because I can easily lose my balance. Very easily, Then I felt when I kick on something, because the leg is not a human leg, it doesn't have feeling. When you kick, you don't know you felt. I felt everywhere, at public places, at home, in a restaurant, in supermarkets, It's basically, I fought everywhere. And it's so embarrassing, suddenly, boom! I look back, I'm already on the floor. And I try to pick myself up and stand. And that is the norm to us. And another thing is, I have to learn to use a staircase. That is the hardest part. Because prosthetic leg, you don't have the kind of swing to walk up staircase. Until now, I still have to face a lot of problem walking up. Walking down is still okay, but walking up, I have problems because I cannot bear my leg. Then it took me 2 years to have a courage to jump in the pool to swim again. It took me 2 years because really I lost my confidence. It took me 2 years and I got encouragement from my wife. Jump, or you jump, or I jump. That's a joke. Okay. 2 years to jump into the pool and start swimming again. And there's another bigger challenge is you have to keep your weight in check. The reason why is because you keep the weight in check is because if you grow too fat, you cannot wear the prosthetic because this is fixed. It's not adjustable. This is solid. It's custom made to your stomach. You go too fat, you cannot feed. Too loose, when you lose too much weight, you thought you slim down, right? You cannot wear also. It's not that you cannot do it if you've got a lot of money, then fine. This whole thing, the socket alone, cost me 15,000. Every time you change your weight, 15,000 gone. I can have such a luxuries, I can have. The only thing is to control your weight rather than changing our socket. That's the only way. So for the past 3 years, it's in 3 years now, 2016 until now, I keep my weight in check. 64 kg. Never change. It is not an easy task because you need a lot of discipline. You need to do a lot of controls in your diets and your daily routine. During my recovery years, recovery periods, I did not work for 2 years. I'm actually a creative director. So I'm running a design studio. I'm doing design. I have to close down my office. 2 years. I lost basically 80% of my client. 18%. 80, not 1 year. My wife had to pay all the expenses. And I don't live with the savings that we have. When I was in my darkest moment, I told myself, I have to be positive. It's all about mental strength that I learned from being an ultra-marathon runner. You know, never give up. Be disciplined. Be positive. And just strike forward without looking back. That's the only way. That's the reason why when I chop off my leg, that's why I told myself also, don't look back. Move forward. That's the only thing you have. Because being a marathon runner, you need to be physically fit. And you have to have discipline with the workout routine. When I was doing my running for the past 10 years, almost every week is 4 to 5 times training. 4 to 5 days training a week. I run at night time, I run in the morning when everybody is still sleeping, I do running. I run until people can having lunch. Went up, 3 o'clock running. By the time I finish running, it's about 11 o'clock. Because you do 50 km, 60 km, that's what you train. When you do 100 km, you have to do 150 km. You accumulate all the mileage. You have to do all the training. Nobody forces you, you have to do it yourself. You have to be your own check. You know, you have to do all those things. And during marathon, during ultra marathon, you have to face a lot of pain. It's basically we are crazy people. We like pain, We like those pain. We have to enjoy those pain, running up hills, going up hills, Every time I tell myself, you're so silly, you're gonna run, you get yourself hurt, you scream, your feet so painful. Finish the race, I say, the next race I don't want already. But the next race, I I want to run again. That's the reason I continue for 10 years. 10 years plus as a runner. Then you have to run in all sort of weathers. Hot sun, raining, different terrains, running roads, muddy roads, jungle, do anything, all sort of things. All these things. And imagine the race is running 2-3 days, sometimes. 2 days, 3 days. Imagine you run alone at night, somewhere pity, nobody there, all dark. Night time you scared for ghosts. So actually, basically, you run. It's basically you, nobody at your side, because nobody would run with you. Everybody want to be champion. What care about you? So you run alone. You motivate your own self. You encourage yourself. So that is the mental strength that we learn. That we have to train. So from that, now that I'm okay, I still practicing the same routine. Because being an OKU, it is not the end of the world. You still can enjoy life. You still have a life. It doesn't mean that you lost a leg, you don't have life anymore. So, and then in the third year of recovery, last year, I think that's last year, second year, then I started to rebuild my business from scratch. I operate, instead of in the office, I closed my office, actually I moved back to home, I operate from home. Slowly I build my clientele again. Then I make sure that I eat healthily and exercise regularly in order for me to have the strength to wear the prosthetic. I need that energy, I need that fitness to wear that. A lot of amputees cannot wear prosthetics because frankly they are weak. They are very weak. Mentally, of course, it's a bit depressed, but physically they are not strong. I met a datuk from Terengganu when I was in one of the medic that do prosthetic. You know how much the prosthetic that he was wearing? He's sitting on a wheelchair. He come with a bodyguard, a datuk from Terengganu. But he sit on a wheelchair with the prosthetic. I asked him, how much is your prosthetic? Very cheap. You know how much? 190,000. 190,000. That prosthetic is costing 190,000. So a lot of people have this kind of wrong perception that when you have money, you can have a good leg, then you can walk. No. Yeah. So you need to have that strength. So I still keep doing my sports. Although there's not running, I'll go to pool, I'll go to park, So Fred, in life we face a lot of ups and downs. A lot of obstacles, a lot of challenge. But that's not the end of the world. That's from my advices. Never give up, never quit, never surrender easily. Never say no until you do. And I hope my life journey will spark a little bit of light to you and give you some inspirations. Strike forwards when you need it most. Thank you very much.